enjoy James Brown music, you're gonna have a good time tonight. We are tonight celebrating Black Velvet James Brown Jr.'s 62nd birthday. Woo, 62! So right about now, put your hands together because we got a young man that's coming to the stage. He's been on the David Letterman show. Put your hands together and meet and greet Black Velvet James Brown Jr.
Been playing James Brown since I was 14 years old. But now I want to do Charles Bradley. My first album, Original, is coming out January 25th. I've been struggling for over 42 years, trying to make it in the industry. And at the age of 62, I'm just beginning to find my way through. I never made enough money to support myself in music, but I'm hoping that this album will make a turning point for me, that I can support myself in music. Hey, man. I'm gonna give you one, okay? Hey, man. That's my bird. Make me mad. I get mad, I get away from him, I go in the back room, close the door, and let him scream all he wanna. And have my little stable place. It's not what I want, but thank God I got a roof over my head. When I go in my little apartment and lock my door, I'm in peace. But going into the projects, going into the elevator, getting in there, that's where the trouble starts. You never know what's gonna happen in those nights. The guy downstairs, his name is Alfred. Very good guy, don't bother nobody, a church guy. They shoot up his place. He showed me all the holes where they shooting up in the place. I said, wow, man. I said, oh, couldn't live on the first floor. When it get too crazy at the projects, I go to my mom's house and I sleep in her basement. So I come here, and this is where I crash. Until the next day, I go take care of the errands, take care of things to keep a roof over both of our heads. I like to get a little of this, like a little ball. Just put these in. Yeah, that's not rice.
Let me see. Just a little bit more.
I came from family of 8. Main goal is watching over is my mom and do the best I can.
It's my baby boy, and I love him. He washed my clothes. He cleaned his house. Valentine's Day, he bought me a box of candy. And as sweet as that candy is, that's how sweet my baby is.
I just making her life peaceful, and so she can not worry about the bills and everything. I took that up on my shoulder. And like really, I didn't know I was getting myself into, but now I'm in it, I won't change it. So the only I can do is try to make something work where I can make a decent income, where I can live and let live. And that's all I can ask for life now. Round and round the world we go again. Where it stop? Nobody knows. It's a cold, cold world. It's a cold, cold world. How can we stop the changes going on in America today?
That's a song from the new record, No Time for Dreaming. Charles Bradley and the Menahan Street Band. I can't believe you just came out of nowhere as a virtual unknown to us. Have you recorded before?
No, it's my first time really coming out.
I know you've been performing
Yes,
as Black Velvet.
yes.
So now you're performing as Charles Bradley.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you certainly have a great band backing you here, and of course, with the folks over at Daptone, you know, what a great crew they are. And you've seen what's happened with Sharon Jones, who,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
just like you, went from complete obscurity to who knows what kind of heights you could scale. So that's got to be an exciting moment for you.
I thank God just answered my prayer. You know, it just like really, I asked myself why it took so long, but you can't question God when he want to do things. So at my late age, it's just started coming.
What's next? I mean, are you thinking big?
I'm thinking the sky's the limit.
Congratulations to you on this great record. No matter what happens with it, it's a fine piece of work. Charles Bradley on WFUV.
This world going up in flames, and nobody wanna take the blame. Don't tell me how to live.
I don't know how many artists have ever been 62 years old and released their debut record. He may be the first.
The guy is just getting it going as far as I'm concerned.
He's worked very hard for a long time, and I'd hope that enough people can hear him sing so that he can make the kind of life for himself that he wants and take care of his family.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, girl. Yeah, only you. I went to Gabe because I thought that he knew what he was doing, and I felt that he can give me a helping hand where I can get out into the music industry. All I knew how to do is get on stage and to perform.
If you're into funk and soul music or Afrobeat and you live in New York, Gabe Roth is the guy that you want behind the board. This is the guys that you want pushing you in the direction because their records were phenomenal.
I just started making the kind of records that I like listening to. I think a lot of those soul records have a certain sincerity to them that I always like. One morning, and I think it was pretty early, it was like 9 or 10 in the morning, I got a knock on my door, and it was Charles. And he said, "I heard you were looking for singers." "Well, I heard you were looking for me." I had no idea what he's talking about. So he shows me this videotape of him singing James Brown songs, and he sounds great, you know.
Gabe Roth from Daptone Records brought him down to a rehearsal in Staten Island that we were having. And Gabe wanted us to record with a singer. So Charles was a singer that they had yet to find a band with on Daptone, but Charles had captured their attention.
I just figured, you know, see how Charles works with him, you know.
Stop! Stop it, baby! I'm feeling awful, baby. Like I'm locked up in a cage. I played with Tommy's band that he had over in Staten Island. I just went over there one day and they was rehearsing, they was jamming, and they said, and tell me, "Hey man, sing on this, sing on this, sing on this." And by me liking the music, the lyrics just pop in my head.
So that all worked out well, and we recorded those songs with Bradley at Daptone. And they were good songs, but they just didn't take off. And then we kind of went in different directions.
2 years went by, and I was handyman doing James Brown in small clubs. And then I got a call to come do a show with Sharon Jones.
So we rehearsed, we played the show, great. Me and Charles see each other for the first time in a couple years, and you know, we catch up a little bit, and I'm saying, "Hey Charles, you know, I'm working on some music, so how about you come over one night and we give it a shot?" And he said, "Yeah, Tommy, of course, you know." We magically recorded 2 songs in one night, one which was "The World Is Going Up in Flames," and one which was "In You, I Found a Love." I mean, Charles was right here, and I was right here, pressing record. And we wrote it together, and that was it. I mean, the music was laid down, but, you know, he was just coming out with lyrics off the cuff, and I was just putting it in the right place. We haven't played so many shows with Charles up to this point. We played a couple. For Charles, you know, he wants to reach every single person in the audience. So what we rehearsed and what goes down on stage is two different things. I mean, the band's gonna be tight. And the only thing we try to rehearse with Charles is to let Charles lead the band.
The new music, for once, is me. It's things that I have experienced and have went through, heartaches and pains.
I don't want to be a fool no more.
Yeah, Bradley. And you waited twice for the horns.
You told that last night.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, Bradley.
Mother, come on, you said 9, you said 8, 8.5, I get 8, now you want 9, you want 9.5. What's wrong with that shoe? Let's try the other. Yeah, gonna drive me crazy. It's hard sometimes. It's very hard because like everything now is really dependent on me. But if I put her in a home, she would die. I know that.
I had a stroke one time. I had many heart attacks. But the heart attack come when my stepdaddy died and my grandmother died. And when my husband died.
Say, son, let me spend my last days in the house. I said, okay, Mom, I'll do that. But she don't know I have no life. My life is her. For me to be with someone, I don't even know how to do it.
When Charles' mother first left Florida to go to New York, Charles was only 8 months of age. 8 months old. And she stayed away so long that when she came back for the first time, he didn't recognize her, didn't know that she was his mother. He thought that his grandmother really was his mother.
I came to New York to better myself for all of us. Me and my husband were separated. I wanted to better myself, and I did. I bought that home, 843 Willoughby Avenue. Mm-hmm.
She abandoned, actually, in a way, her children to follow a man who had a wife that she was very crazy about. Otherwise, she probably never would have gone to New York.
I was about the age of 7 or 8 years old when I was age. My mother, when she came down, she told my grandmother, I want them to come back to New York with me. My grandmother said, no, let them stay out here because they are better off, they get a better education if they stay out here with me. So my mother says, no. So my grandmother said, no, you're not taking them. So my mother stole us.
They were mine, so I figured I got them. I created them so that I bring all of my creation back to New York with me. Mm-hmm. That's what I did.
I really hate to say this, but I think at that time it was hard to find jobs, so there was only one way, is you have some kind of dependence that you can get some welfare. And I feel like that's what she was doing, to get the welfare by having those kids there.
During his infancy, now he was the favorite child. He received all of the love and care from his older brothers and sisters and his grandmother and his uncle and all of us, because he was the baby.
When Charles went to New York, I think that's when he lost all of that. I was living with my mom, and I was afraid that she was going to hurt me, so I left. We couldn't see eye to eye. I was getting blamed for everything. The house was very bitter. And it seemed like everything was rationing to us, and I was in a basement worse than this one. You know, it was just sand basement. It was no concrete basement. 15-watt bug light, and I said, no, I can't take this. I said, if I ain't want it, I'm going. So I left. I was 14 years old. My home was the subway train. That's where I can really keep warm. I get on the subway train, some nights or winter nights, cold, riding the A train back up and down, the police and pop, 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 hit the darn thing real hard to say, can't sleep here, get off. I go across the platform, get another train going back. I sleep, get in the middle of the corner, and get the stick and knock on the thing real hard and peel it straight through my head. He said, can't sleep here, get up, can't sleep here. So I just keep going different routes to get a night's sleep before daylight comes. Then I would see myself was going down because everybody in that days was getting high using the hard drugs, and I'd be down there watching, holding up while they shooting up, and they try to give it to me. I got scared, and I always been afraid of needles. I said, no, 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 no. So that's when I heard of Job Corps. And I tried to get my mother to sign me to go to Job Corps, and she was mad with me. She wouldn't sign, so I got my sister to forge her name. And I learned to cook. I cooked for 2 years as a cook trainee up in Bar Harbor, Maine. And that's where I started really doing James Brown on the Job Corps. But they said, man, you see that new guy came in? He looked just like that guy they called James Brown. And then they got me fired up one day, gave me some gin. And Job Corps, you were supposed to sneak it in there. They gave me some gin, got me really high, and they gave me the microphone, they said, sing. And I went crazy, so then they told me they're gonna take me to a girls' Job Corps center to perform. I said, how many people is gonna be? They said, 20, 30 people. I said, okay. And they called me on stage, and I look at that stage, and I saw all those people, and I froze. I said, I ain't gonna there, not me, not me. So this guy named Moody came behind me and gave me a push. I see all the people was happy, they love me. They love me giving them my heart. And I said, wow, this is where I wanna be at. And I never stopped. Our plans was when we got our Job Corps, we was gonna get together and continue the music. My band got drafted into the Vietnam War. And they went on to the war, and I was completing my trade in the Job Corps. I want to taste that when you open that was a pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
I got to taste that one.
We can open that now.
Pumpkin beer. I never heard of pumpkin beer.
Oh, yeah, we can drink some of that.
I sure want to taste that. Okay.
Oh, my God. This is delicious.
That's the,
seriously. This is unbelievable.
That's a pumpkin?
Yo.
That's a pumpkin.
It is, like, uncarbonated and flat, and it tastes unbelievable. You like it? No?
No,
you don't like it?
I don't like it.
I think it's delicious.
I'm trying to taste the pumpkin in there.
Working with Charles Bradley as opposed to working with Sharon or Lee or somebody, the other singers from New York that I so often work with, you know, Charles has got the craziest stories. Craziest stories. So, you know, as a songwriter, I just sit around with, you know, and I hear Charles tell these stories, and you're just like, you know, we gotta write a song about that, man. So usually, before we do the vocals on the track, I'll play Charles a song and just ask him if he likes it, first of all. And I'll sing him my ideas, you know, this is how I think it should go. And not that he disregards my ideas, but he's just got his own ideas, and he just instantly starts expressing them. He'll just start singing, and then we'll kind of stop and just get away from it for a second and just talk. And you talk with Charles long enough, and a story comes out about something. That without me asking him, he'll start singing about what we just spoke about. And then I'll just grab a pencil and paper and let him kind of freestyle over the track over and over again. And then we'll go back, and that'll become a song, slowly, you know, over a course of a couple hours. But it's his stories that I'm always trying to translate into a song, you know?
I went to California in 1977, searching for my dreams, music. I was bouncing into different bands like that. They said, man, we'll pay you $400 to do this tonight, this show that. And this guy paid me to do this tonight. That's how I was doing out there. And at that time, I don't know why, I got sick. I called my mom, and she said, son, come on back home. Mom is getting old, and she been through a lot. And it's not for me to crucify her for what she did in her life. So I came back to New York in '94. I was sick as a dog. I was close to death. They took me to Woodhull Hospital. I'm allergic to penicillin, and they was feeding me penicillin, and my body had shut down. I had gave up totally. Then my brother Joseph, he came to the hospital to see me, and he reached over and he kissed me. He said, Charles, no. He whispered in my ear. He said, bro, if you don't want to live for yourself, please live for me. He said, Charles, I love you. You're my heart. I said, Joe, I'll fight. I'll fight. My brother just told me, he said, Charles, now do something that you want to do. Follow your dreams. You love music, do it. And I said, Joe, I'd like to be somebody like you. He said, no, brother, you can't be me. Don't never want to be me, be you. Oh, that was his buddy. He was crazy about Charles. He told Charles, whatever you do it good, brother, and stick with it. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. He told that before he died. He said, don't let nobody talk you out of it. He said, because I can't do it like you do. Because I remember I was a kid when I was in Florida. Showed was going to piano school. And how I learned these little things I'm playing on piano by watching him. He never learned about it, just learned a little tools myself. He said, follow your dreams and your music. And he said, take one of these rooms in his house and fix it up in your music room and have people come on and rehearsal. And that's what I did. Choda was like a father and a brother. He was a beautiful brother.
Yeah, sit down.
I can move this and do this.
You eat, and then we'll start slowly talking about what you did.
Okay, I will leave this right here for you.
That's fine. I'm tutoring Charles. I would say he's probably at like the kindergarten or first grade reading level and reading comprehension level.
Other writers interested in my story.
Okay, so you sounded it out. Did you understand everything that you read?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I think his number one goal is for him to be able to write his lyrics down fast when they're coming into his head, because he's got a lot of words up there that he wants to get out on paper, but he doesn't really know how to do it. We did spell and right.
Okay. 2 N's?
Just 1 and, no D.
Oh, and.
Because and is like when you put two things together, like
Right, okay.
fish and chips.
Okay.
Bye, Charles. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
You got it? No. You can read later. Wrap it up.
Yo.
Get it started. You know I own it. You know I'm the boss.
I bet you wish you would.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Charles used to wear his James Brown wig all the time, right? All the time. And as the record closed to an ear, it's like, Charles, you know, you gotta present yourself as Charles Bradley. And he had a hard time. I mean, he wanted to come out with the cape and the James Brown thing and just be that, because that's what he's used to getting up on stage and doing. And we did not want that, you know? And we just wanted Charles to be Charles. And it took a lot of convincing for Charles to do that. Charles has a record coming out January 25th. So now starts the promotion leading up to the record coming out.
I'm going on tour with Sharon Jones to open up for her. Sharon Jones is giving me a chance to expose some of my music to let the world know who Charles Bradley is.
It's real exciting for us as a label to be able to present these kind of packages, and Charles is the perfect guy to add to any of the shows and get his name out on the heels of some of the other bands that have had success up to now.
If we go someplace and we're able to have 1,000 people come down to see Sharon, to be able to put him in front of that audience is a huge head start. So far, you know, the Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings has been our most prolific artist and our most successful artist. The artist has been around the longest, toured the most, and by far sold, you know, 10 times as many records.
We haven't had a proper show in about a year, so, you know, to also put that in context, he hasn't played a lot of gigs as Charles Bradley. Working with Bradley live is a little stressful because he could kind of go off in the song anytime.
We gotta make this world a better place. Come on, Tom, rain on it. No time for dreaming. Gotta get on up. Gotta do your thing. No time for dreaming. Gotta get on up. Gotta do your thing. Wait a minute. Yeah! No time for dreaming. Gotta get on up. Gotta do your thing. No time for dreaming. Gotta get on up. Gotta do your thing. No time for dreaming. You gotta get on up and do your thing. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too.
It was better than last night.
Yes, it was.
It was better.
Killed it,
How long?
Charles.
It was.
That's the only one.
It was.
Just how long?
I know I made a few mistakes tonight, but I'm getting better, and I feel it. The audience didn't see it, but I know it. And Tom, he know about it. So the last one, I was good on. And it's something I won when I made a mistake on, but I'm gonna get better on it, and I promise you that.
We can't believe that they didn't put you on more. We wanted more of you. Why didn't you come back on at the end? Tell her. I don't care. We want more. More of Chucky.
Thank you, my man. Thank you for that. You got the juices flowing for all of us. Thank you.
He just blew the roof off the place. Unbelievable. You're gonna be like huge, man.
I don't understand what people mean about diva. You know, because that diva word can be, sometimes it can be wrong.
No, but it's right for you.
Diva means, you know, you just fabulous. It all depends. Yeah. But it's coming from love. You gotta consider the source. Consider the source. You have a good
You didn't say to Charles. You didn't say to Charles.
Charles.
Probably B-R-A-D-L-E-Y. Cool. Now I got it. I love you,
I gotta get your
You will have found a really friend in me. And I wish the best for you.
And what's the best for you? Best for us.
If I don't see you on the top, I will see you in heaven.
Oh, you gonna see me? You gonna see me on the top, and you gonna see me in heaven. You'll see me while we down here too.
I love you, Sharon.
Love you too, Charles.
I'm gonna stop by and visit some old friends I haven't seen in many years. I say, God, I hope he's still there.
Yeah, we're still here, bro.
Oh, man, this y'all did.
What's going on, buddy? How you feeling?
Been years, Captain.
Oh, yeah. You look well, man.
God, you look good, too, man. Is that Jackie coming down there? Ah, look at Jackie.
Yeah.
How you doing? I know this guy. I know Ernest Washington since 1968.
You know what she was looking for now? You remember when you used to wear the cape? You were singing one of James Brown's songs, and you throw that cape off, and I don't know if one of us went there and picked the cape up and lay it back on your shoulder or what.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
That's right. You never know you went that far, huh?
God, man. You know, I thank God I didn't give up.
Thank God.
Let me speak to Tom. Tell Tom that to put Mr. and Mrs. Washington on the guest list. I found my friends. They are totally my family. We keep in touch. We maybe go away for so far long, but eventually I'm gonna find you back.
Right.
You know that, Jackie.
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time.
Yes, God, yes. Yeah, goosebumps even thinking about that. I see you guys.
Okay.
I see you tonight.
Take care, and I'll see you tonight.
All right, bud.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God, that's memory lane. Loving you, baby. Oh, I can't get enough of you, baby. Can't get enough of you. I was crying when I felt your love. This time I know it's for real, baby. Bring it down, little sober fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, may ever who you are, I live here. I came here about Poughkeepsie about 1968. And I lived here for 9 years. You know, this is like home to me. So I'm giving you my love. You know, bring it down, little softer fellas. And I work at a little town they call Wasake. I work at a little center. I was cooking for 3,500 people a day. There's a friend in here, 2 friends that I know that when I came here, they was with me. And his name is Mrs. and Mrs. Ernest Washington. Ernest Washington, now, I can't see you where you at, but thank you, brother, for the ride. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you for being my friend through the years. And all of you out there, I love you. Yeah. I love you. Poughkeepsie. Oh. Ooh. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I love you.
I got a touching moment, one moment. When I got down and started talking to people, got touching. So I said, leave it alone, Charles, getting too deep, now get off it. And I got back up, because it started getting touching. But that was the beautiful thing about it. Said Ernest, Washington, and Jackie. Oh, man. Wow, this is the first time really saw me in many years. This is the house my brother was killed in. That's why I don't like to come in this block no more.
He came downstairs and he saw me crying. He said, "Mama, what's the matter?" I said, "Just go next door. Charles, your brother's dead." He said, "No, Mom, can't be." I said, "Yes, he is." So a whole block was filled with policemen with rifles and guns.
I look out the window and I saw all these policemen and the fire trucks, ambulance outside, so I came outside and I said, I got to go to see this myself, because I saw this thing says morgue. And when it says morgue, what I did, I just came out to go in my brother's house, and the detective wouldn't let me in there. But I told him that's my brother and you cannot stop me, so I pushed my way in. But I wish to God that I never would have did it.
And they had the boy in the back of the car. I said, "Give me your gun, Mr. Police." I said, "I blow his damn brains out right through." Said, "Yeah." He said, "I can't do that." I said, good thing you can't give, 'cause I'll put every damn bullet in his head." And he robbed my son and got his money. I said, "I'd kill his ass." And I meant it too. Yes, sir. That's my baby. Mm-hmm. I love my baby. Sleep on, son, take your rest. God love you, but Mama love you, but God love you best and give you eternal rest. One day I will meet you around the throne. Yes, I will, son.
I think Charles depended on Joseph just like his mother depended on him. Charles lightning went out of his mind when Joseph got killed. I mean, for a while they thought he was gonna go crazy behind him.
And I really like to find the truth why he got killed. He was too young. He was 48 years old.
There's a mic for you right here. Do you want to try that one, or you want to play something else?
Yeah, we come back. Your own, like he always goes. I go ahead.
Oh, you want to do Heartaches and Pain? Yeah. All right. Heartaches and Pain is by far the deepest song on the Charles Bradley record, and it was probably the third song that we had written together. Charles tells me this story about his brother, and Charles says to me, "I want to write a song about my brother Joseph." I said, "Okay, I will help you do it, you know, as a friend." And I said, "You know that song on the piano you've been playing your whole life? That's going to be the music to the song." Brought Charles in, and added a couple things to his piano thing, a couple chord progressions, whatever. He said, "Hey, Charles, this is the song for your brother." And you know, he did his thing, man. He started screaming and running around. "This is beautiful, this is beautiful, oh my God, oh my God." And then we started working on it. And it was hard, man. It was really hard. That is a really personal, deep deep, dark, haunting story about Charles's brother, older brother, that he admired and loved, that he needed to tell.
Your brother is
So the mortgage is hard on me because I don't think it's fair to me. Never missed a payment because they told me if I miss a payment, they're gonna go up 18% on my interest rate. I've been trying to get a remortgaged. They tell me I don't make enough money. I said, well, I don't make enough money and I'm paying all this mortgage, high mortgage out because I'm going out taking every little pennies, every little place I can get pennies. Keep this going.
When Joseph got killed, then Charles went on and took over the full duty of taking care of what mother needed. Because none of them wouldn't do it. Charles doing a lot of his personal money he puts into that house to help her to stay there.
He's in the process, I would say almost, of buying this darn house for his mother. And his older siblings that live there in the house don't want him there. And so he is largely responsible for taking care of all of my sister's affairs.
Hello? Yes? Oh, how you doing, Paul? She said if she don't be able to do the refinance the house, that she will have to wait for 2 months to income tax come. And when income tax comes, she would like me to give up my apartment, but I don't want to give up my apartment, you know. And then I have to move on to my mom's house. Yeah, because like this apartment, I said, it's the only place I have to run to when I get depressed, and this peace, and there's only me in here. But whatever you decide, because I know that you're trying to help me, and I appreciate that. All right, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. What's left for me to do? It's my life. Take my life from me. Sometimes I do as a God, just call me home. Because every day I get out and I fight and fight to keep the honesty, the decency of a human being walking the planet and loving everybody as God asks you to love everybody. But this world today, look at it as a weakness, I think. How much more can one give before they find love on the planet? How much more can you give? I say, Father, when the time of the hour you want me, I'm ready to go. That's the way I feel about life. And before I leave this world, I said, let the world know they can't change me. I don't give a damn what you give me. There's no money on this earth can take the love that I have for God in my heart. I love everybody. I never do nobody no harm. All I try to do is just walk my straight life.
Why is it so hard to make it in America? So I said to myself, I gotta move away from here.
Me and Homer were traveling around Europe with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. And we had hung out one night and met some girls in Paris. So these girls were just like, hey, is Sharon Jones as big in America as she is in France? And me and Homer were just like, no, nobody knows about Sharon Jones. This is years ago, like nobody knows about Sharon Jones in America. It's like we play around Brooklyn and we play small clubs. But at the time we were playing like theaters in Paris and such, and it was just like a bigger thing in Europe. So that led to us just kind of writing this little tune that night called Why Is It So Hard to Make It in America? The second that Charles sang why is it so hard to make it in America, the song's meaning completely changed.
Oh, Tommy. Okay, I definitely gonna get it. All right, Tommy. Page 6? Oh, okay, Tommy. Okay, Tommy. And say I owe so much, you guys. You brought this. Oh, Tommy, I see you. It was your bad stuff. All right, Tommy. Tommy said they got me in the post on page 6. Oh, Lord have mercy. What can you say? You got the post? You got the post? Oh. They don't have the pose. What about that? I'm holding it here. Shoot! Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. Look at this. Shit. You got me in the paper.
Got you again? Oh my goodness. Oh man, what you doing?
That's me right there. Jesus. I thank God for this.
This guy's he's been doing a lot of struggling within himself, but it's gonna be okay today. It's gonna be okay. We've been talking for years, and I look at him and I say to myself, he's gonna be there after we pray. He in the paper? He's in the paper?
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here talking to you in the paper? My Lord. I'm about to hurt you. You could knock on my door and told me that.
I just found out this while ago myself.
I told you, baby. I told you, baby. You know I love you.
You know that.
What?
You told me.
I told you. Who I told you to leave your hands
It's
up?
happening.
I told you. You told you keep the faith and never stop believing that you're already there. What you worrying about? You've been there and it's already done. God has been good. And if you cry, it's a good cry. When you do, hold your head up because he has you still.
I love you, brother, and I won't forget. Tonight is my first night. Me only on stage, Charles Bradley. My chance finally come, and I'm hoping everybody out there will come out to show me your support. Coming tonight. You always tell me you're gonna come, you don't show up. This is the place where, before they fix it up, I lived in here for about 2.5 years. It was abandoned. And now it's a church. The guy that owned it sold it and they fixed it up. But this was home one time, and this guy, Jose, he is the one that really gave me electricity from his place, kept me going. That's why we're so close friend today. Tonight is the night that I truly find, do I keep going? Do I have it? That's what I'm looking for.
Most people could have just given up and, you know, not done anything, just settled into a job, and, you know, he's just been plugging away doing music. It's hard enough for people in their 30s to launch a career. For someone in their 60s, it's almost insane.
You got like rhythm and blues?
We're going. Our tickets.
Ah, come on.
I just hope it's a decent night. Some people turn out and, you know, he's got a room to perform to and feels good about the record, because we feel good about it.
Wow. Wow, sold out. My God.
That's right, I'm talking about No Time for Dreaming. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Charles Bradley.
Put it this way, I was on the guest list and working for the label and friends with everybody in the band, and I had to wait outside like, I don't know, 25 minutes before I could even get in the door. It was sold out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a special lady in the house. I think it's my mom is in the house someplace. Mama! Mama! Look around in the reel over there. I think that's my mama over there. But ladies and gentlemen, she gave me the star. You know, let me say a few words right now. You made me to be the person I am. Thank you. Thank you. I thank you, and I hope to God that I can keep giving you love, decency, and honesty. What love can I ask for around me right now? Tell me God ain't real. But this love that I feel around me will make me reach in my heart and give everybody a little piece to say I love you.
It's one of my special shows. You changed my life. You changed my life.
It's infectious. You know, he's just in love with what he's doing. He's in love with his audience. How can you not enjoy it? When he says, I love you guys, you feel it. It's amazing. I brought my friend from Italy and what do you think?
I think it was too small a place for the people that came there, because a lot of people was turned down, and it hurted me to see that. But for the joy, the love that the people gave me that was there, oh my God, they wanted more from me. And I felt that I look in the traces of their faces, oh my God. It was a teardropper. Lord have mercy. Nobody gonna take the blame. How to live my life.
I knew the record was going to do real well, but I didn't know how quickly. People don't really know him that well, and the sales for a guy that's just putting out his first LP that not too many people know about, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Like really against the odds to be able to think that yes, a 62-year-old black man from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn is going to have his first record and within the first couple of weeks sell more than most records are selling in a year at this point.
So what I'm gonna do?
I don't think it's a done deal, and I don't think it's easy. I think a lot more people got to buy his record. He's got to sing a lot more shows. He's got to make a lot more records. You know, it's a long path. You know, and he's a late starter.
It's above any of our expectations already, and I think the record's got wheels. I don't think it's stopping now. I think we haven't even seen the biggest sales yet.
Burning up in flames. Burning up and
Lord have mercy. Oh, God. They're leaving to go to Europe to do some touring over there, and I hope that the railroad in Europe will love what I'm doing, what I'm giving to them. Now it's clean as a baby's tail.
So how long you be going, baby?
3 weeks, man.
3 weeks, baby?
You live right here. Every 3 days I'm gonna call you.
Okay, now.
Okay, for me. Go back to self. Go back there. You got no water throw me now. You got no water throw me now. You ain't got no water. I can pick on you. I'm thinking, I can pick on you now. I can pick on you now. And like what my mom said today, she never believed that I would get this level. I want to see how far can I make myself go in life. See, can I go as further than any of my family members ever been and say, I took me there.
I'll take the long road.
Young people out there, watch out. An old man is coming up before you. Better do your job better. If you don't, I'm gonna do it for you.
I'll take the long road. Yeah, yeah. Good Lord. But I'm surely I will get there. Yes, I will. The reason you can take that shortcut. I'll take the long road. I don't mind. You can take that shortcut. I'll take